But first, the debate over assisted suicide is heating up in the UK, where it's illegal to help anyone die even if they're terminally ill. Supporters of euthanasia are still pushing to legalise it, but some have found a way to end their lives or the lives of their loved ones by going to specialised clinics in Switzerland.
The right to decide or endangering the rights of the vulnerable. The debate over assisted suicide has gathered momentum in the UK following comments by the best-selling author Terry Pratchett. Suffering from Alzheimer's, he advocated the use of tribunals to decide whether people should be allowed to take their own lives. His comments follow the acquittal last week of Kay Gilderdale, who was cleared of attempted murder after helping her daughter Lynn to kill herself. She was paralysed and suffered from ME for years. But Micheline Mason, who champions the rights of the disabled, thinks the UK's laws against helping people to die protect those who can't speak for themselves.
It's the most horrible idea I've ever heard. I hope it never happens. There are far greater stories of disabled people left alone in hospitals, abandoned, neglected, treated miserably, elderly people who have no living relatives to protect them or look out for them. All kinds of unscrupulous people. And those are the ones that need protecting. That's what the law is for.
Helping someone die, regardless of how ill they are, is illegal in the UK. Since 1998, around 100 Britons have travelled to the Dignitas clinic in Switzerland to take their own lives. Their families face arrest on their return home, although in practice they're rarely charged. Ed Turner took his mother to Dignitas after she was diagnosed with a degenerative illness which would have left her totally paralysed and completely unable to communicate.
I thought it was very unfair that my mother had to travel abroad to have what for her was a dignified death. She would have much rather stayed at home and been surrounded by her family and friends there and died at a time of her choosing. As it was, she had to travel to Switzerland earlier than she might have done because travelling is very difficult when you are terminally ill, so she had effectively to die earlier than she would have done.
Recent polls say up to 4 in 5 people are in favour of legally being able to help an ill loved one to commit suicide. But some accuse the pro-assisted suicide lobby of an orchestrated campaign to sway public opinion in favour of legalising it, which has fuelled the recent media coverage. The issue's been examined and dismissed by Parliament twice in the last 4 years.
They've done so for reasons of public safety. The concern is that if you change the law, then people who are vulnerable, particularly the elderly, disabled, depressed or sick, are going to feel under pressure to request to end their lives so as not to be a burden upon relatives or carers or the state.
Law lords are due to clarify the law for those who want to accompany relatives on suicide missions, but that's unlikely to satisfy both camps. Supporters of assisted dying say legalising it's a question of when, not if. But the debate comes amid concerns that a media circus shouldn't be driving a policy that's a matter of life and death. Laura Emmett, RT, London.